Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch, and I'm delighted to be joined by Conor Benn. How you doing, Conor?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Right, I need to not address the elephant in the room, but I want to go straight in with yesterday. Are you all right about it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's part of the game, it's part of the media circus, but apart from that, he's still an idiot. And I'm still going to come in there and do what I've got to do anyway. You know, he don't dictate what I do, who I am, how I think. I think he's an idiot and he's going to get ironed out April 26, regardless.
Yeah, I think it's important you are just you. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, because the first fight with Groves, he got inside my head. I got in that ring and I was trying to chin him from round one. I don't usually do that. You end up loading up, they can see your punches come in, you get over your front foot, you know what I mean? You walk into a shot. So as long as you're cool about it and you're calm and you're over it, it's not keeping you like last night. Did you sleep?
I slept like a baby.
There you go. If you slept well last night, that's
I slept like a baby.
Put it behind your job.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, 12 rounds with Conor Benn. Round one. Sum up Chris Eubank Jr in 3 words. Straight in the deep end.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 3 words: idiot, idiot, and idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you.
It's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. That's all there really is to it, because he thinks he's smart, but he ain't smart. He's an idiot.
Yeah, you pointed that out at the press conference yesterday.
Said it about 4 times as well.
He was.
But the press conference just sums him up. It's just, you look at him and it's just, as he said, makes your toes curl, awkward, but he thinks he's being clever.
Fair enough. Sum up Conor Benn in 3 words.
How I feel about myself.
Yeah. How you feel about, not how we feel about.
Not how you feel about me.
Yeah.
Will you sum me up in 3 words?
Switching it on me, aren't I?
Yeah,
Listen,
you threw me in the deep end.
Dedicated,
okay.
Committed. So I see the way you train, and I know what Tony Sims is like. You don't let people cut corners.
Yeah.
And I think you've got desire. You've got the desire for the sport, as in you want to do it. You want to become something. You want to win titles. You enjoy the sport.
I would go along those lines.
Yeah.
I would say resilient.
Resilient.
Disciplined. And motivated.
Yeah, fair enough. That's what we need, mate. That's round 2. Ding ding, round 3. Name your top 3 British boxers in the last 25 years. So we're going like year 2000 onwards. Your top 3 boxers.
Carl Froch.
I'm in there straight away. Brought in the Cobra, the former unified world champ. And I didn't even prep
80,000?
him. I didn't even prep him. 81?
Oh, 90.
Oh,
was it?
No, we'll go with 80. We'll stick with 80. Okay, it's 2 more.
Sorry, Dad. I have to go Nigel Benn, Carl Froch. Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton, yeah. I thought it was going to be Nassim Hamid or Ricky Hatton or maybe
there's 2. Yeah, there's a lot there.
No, that's fair enough.
There's a lot there. Ricky Hatton for me.
Listen, Ricky Hatton was great.
He was the last of, in my opinion, how I look at it, he was the last of that sort of. He was the last of that era.
Can you remember how old you was when he fought Costa Zoo? Because that was the big fight.
I was a kid. I'm talking. I went to his last fight. I went to his final fight in Manchester.
Right. Okay. But no, there's 3 good names there. What's your favourite tattoo on your body? Because you've got a lot of tattoos. Have you got a favourite?
Probably my neck, which
your neck, yeah?
Says fear is a lie. Fear, false evidence appearing real. I feel like a lot of things can hold you back in life.
That's interesting, yeah. Especially in the mind, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of things can hold you back. Everything's in your head. Yeah, if you get in your own head, it stops you from doing so much. The fear of me coming to England and leaving my family in Australia, the fear of maybe not living up to my dad's name, the fear of not winning, the fear of can hold you back from doing so much, but you have to use it.
Right, round 5. What was going through your head when Chris did what he did on stage? What was going through your head? All right, I know you was fuming, but...
I thought Chris had glassed me.
Really?
I thought he had glassed me, yeah.
I felt he did something so stupid.
I do think he
did. Did it feel a little bit because of the eggshell? Did that feel it on your head?
I don't know if you're fishing it or...
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, you said glass.
I heard
I've seen people get glass. I grew up in pubs.
Oh, okay.
And
I felt something. I've heard a crack.
Right, okay.
And liquid. That would be the eggshell, yeah, obviously.
I'm glad we can laugh.
Yeah, that would be the eggshell.
Could have probably done with a seat a little bit.
And then, obviously, I'm just in a moment of rage.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the security got hold of me straight away, because it was pretty much like instant. I was ready to go.
So if the security didn't have hold of you, was you just charged for him to get hold of him? Did your dad get hold of him?
My dad got hold of him.
I didn't realise, because I read that this morning.
Yeah, have you not seen the picture?
You like throated him?
Yeah, put his hand on his throat. He's crept round the back. Really? Crept round the back like that. He's just gone, what?
And did he just stop there?
No, he didn't stop there. It's quite funny to watch.
Did he give him a slap?
No, Eubank didn't do anything, no. But it was
No,
just
I'm
quite...
saying your dad
Oh,
didn't-
no, he just got hold of him.
Just got an
and
end.
then the security intervened, but it was just...
I heard him, yeah, okay.
It was brilliant to see. I mean, it ain't, because my mum won't be happy about it, but I think it's brilliant to
Well,
see.
you're his boy, aren't you? Listen, he sees him, gets hold of him.
Oh.
Yeah, forget it, it's done.
Yeah.
But you was fuming. And
Then I was,
I
I was over it pretty much straight away. I think I was over it straight away. He's just lucky I didn't get my hands on him.
Yeah, well, you got a chance to do that.
Not in like a, oh, well, I'm well hard. No, just, if someone slaps you around the face with an egg, what are you?
Fuming.
What would you do?
Yeah, I got egged years ago. I was on my motorbike and I was like just messing around.
You chased them down, didn't you?
On my moped.
Yeah.
I was getting nowhere fast.
Yeah.
But I was fuming.
Yeah.
But I used to go out egging as well.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, it used to be funny.
Oh,
we used to
okay.
follow the night bus home, and then when all the pissheads would get off the bus to get up,
just
we'd
give them the old
clatter
egg,
them,
yeah.
and then we'd follow them, and the next start would get them, and then things to do when you're young and immature.
Fair.
But you didn't deserve that yesterday. He was fuming, and you rightly so as well. Can you name anything, round 6, can you name anything that Chris Eubank Jr does well in the ring? Is there anything that stand out, like, you don't want to give him credit and big him up, but is there anything we say actually?
Genuinely.
Because you don't really rate him, do you, as a fighter?
Genuinely.
Yeah, genuinely, do you think, right, okay, he does
His
that well.
biggest attribute was his engine, was his hunger, and his ferociousness.
Yeah. So you must have some like respect for that.
But I wouldn't say that's as of the past 4 years.
No. Right, so you think that's gone from it?
I feel like the whys are very different now. The reason why he's fighting is very different.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the difference. But we all get to a stage in our career where maybe the drive is something completely different.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the drive, the switching of coaches, the changing of teams, the arrogance, you can't learn. You can't grow.
Do you think it's purely motivated now by money?
Oh, for a minute, why would you fight? Well, why would you fight
That's
a welterweight? You may say to me, well, why are you fighting a middleweight? Because I'm 28. I can achieve a world title. I'll knock Eubank out and fight for a world title straight back after at 147.
Take this fight and
Yeah,
still
of
do what
course.
you want to do.
Go straight back down.
Regardless
no
of what
problem.
happens, and you obviously can
Well, yeah,
going to
but
win.
if you're looking at it from your perspective, you go, regardless of what happens, he can still win a world title.
Yeah, I can still go back and... Yeah,
Eubank is in line for the world title against Shiraz, against Canelo, against Janibek, chooses to fight a welterweight in Ben.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense apart from financial sense.
Apart from the money at the end of his career as well.
Yeah.
He was always going to take this one. Right, round 7. This is a bit funny one. Eddie Hearn, Ben Shalom. Who wins? Did he shove him off the stage yesterday?
Eddie shoved him off the stage. Oh, it was the funniest thing to
I missed
see.
that as well.
Yeah,
What,
no,
was it a
it's
big
brilliant.
shove or was it a little nudge?
Weren't the greatest shoves. I mean, it was.
It's Eddie though, isn't it?
No, he tried to shove him, but it just weren't.
Was it one of them? Like, did he?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was supposed to be hard, but it wasn't.
Did he push him then run, or did he?
No,
he stand there?
he pushed him and gave him a little one of them, and then yeah.
So who wins anyway if it kicks off?
Oh, Eddie knocks him out.
I think he's too big.
Oh yeah, Eddie knocks him out.
Too big and too strong.
He's actually got a little bit of like he's actually quite fiery. I thought the other day, I've seen Eddie get fiery a few times. Like when I mean fiery, I mean go for people. Yeah, he's quite fiery. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that side to him.
Oh yes, it's funny to see.
I've only seen him bottle it a few times.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen him fiery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him bottle it, to be fair.
I'm only joking. Right, where are we? Let's have a look. Round 8. Carl Froch, Nigel Benn. Who wins? Listen, I wouldn't expect you to knock back your old man up. But
No, I genuinely, I think my dad irons you out.
do you think iron out? That's a big call, mate. Never been ironed out. Never been stretched.
We never fought Nigel Benn.
Put on the floor twice. Got up both times to win. You see, he could have just said he beats me.
No,
You're
right. No, that was do you know what? That was horrible for me. Listen, Dad, I back you, mate.
Listen, it's your
That's
dad,
it. No,
isn't it?
he's my dad. You'd like your son to say that about you, though, wouldn't you?
100%. So you think he beats me, but how do you think he beats me? Not by iron out, or by iron out. Could be ironed out. Stranger things have happened. Big punch on him.
I mean, listen. When I look at my dad's career, I look at the. I know we're not going to go into details because you publicly said, well,
It was a career middleweight, wasn't it?
career middleweight. He fought, yeah. So the McClellan. I look at the desire, the will, the heart. The McClellan fights, the Barkley fights. Yeah. That's what I look at, and I believe on that night it could have been any man.
Yeah.
But then again, yeah, he's my dad, so I'm obviously going to be completely biased. I know you're sitting there going...
No, not at all. Listen, I've got massive respect for your old man. He was a middleweight. He'd give me a hell of a fight, and he could have easily...
I would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah,
like, genuinely. I would have loved to have seen it.
Same with Eubank Sr.
Yeah.
In the same, that sort of era. And Steve Collins.
So how do you think you would have gone in that era?
I think it would have been a tough fucking night for all of us.
You think so, yeah?
I'd have mixed it with them, but they were a bit smaller than me. Like, when I met your dad, he's like 5'10", 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
So I always think size-wise, I've got that little bit super middleweight.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Would you have loved to have been in that era over the era
Mate,
you was in?
They're just like legends were created in that era.
Yeah.
Because the fights that were involved in. But anyway, moving on from your dad. Who's more of a bad guy, yourself or Chris Eubank Jr.?
I'm not a bad guy.
No?
Do you know what's funny?
That's what I get. I get that you're not a bad guy.
I'm not a bad guy.
But when you see Chris, you tend to get really annoyed, and I just think, what's up with you? What is it you don't
Why
like?
do I get
Yeah,
annoyed?
like you pissed
No,
me.
everyone gets annoyed.
What, with him?
Yeah, everyone. You tell me you stand in the room with Chris
I've sparred him a bit, and I've been with him.
and you think, mate, what weird
and his
geezer.
dad's there filming and
weird,
whatever.
weird.
Yeah, they've got...
Strange.
Yeah, they've got a bit of something
I ain't got no, like... Me and you can sit down here. Oh, me and you could go for lunch and have a good
like
chat.
human and people.
Yeah, like just like a normal, down-to-earth, level conversation. Zero.
So he's not a bad guy. And you're not a bad guy.
I'm definitely not a bad guy. I'm not how... I don't know what happens, but I'm definitely misunderstood.
Yeah.
I am definitely misunderstood. Because I'm not a bad guy. At all.
Fair enough.
Fair?
If you could spot one retired boxer, who would it be?
Arturo, well,
Toro
God
Gatti.
rest his soul, but Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, what fighter?
He's someone I idolise, look up to, would love to even fought.
Yeah.
Just to see, because the styles back then were so different in comparison to today's styles.
Why do you dislike Chris Eubank Jr. as much as you do? But we've already spoke about that.
Yeah, because he's arrogant, he's an idiot. He's not my cup of tea. Every time I met him, he's rude. Yeah, he's rude to everybody.
Yeah, and to wrap up round 12, what would it mean to you to beat him when you fight him?
It means
on
more,
April 26th, live on DAZN pay-per-view, by the way.
Yeah, it means more to me than winning a world title.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I'd rather flatten Eubank than win a WBC.
We've kind of had the option of maybe fighting for a world title, which you can go back and do, or fight him. And this has come up now. And you're taking, you could say you're taking a gamble because of the weight, but then you could say actually...
The only reason this fight is a gamble. You talk about experience, and yeah, he's been in with the better fighters, but every time he stepped up, he's fouled. But the trajectory I was on, there was still no ceiling. We still didn't really know much. Obviously, I've knocked out former world champions. I've knocked out people who have, who have had 50 fights with, the elites. And if not knocked people out better than the people everyone seems to be putting up on a pedestal. Yeah. But I'm just getting started. Yeah. That's the difference.
Why does this mean more to you though than winning a world title? Because
it's more personal, on a personal level, on a family level.
Is that family name?
Yeah, on a more personal level. For me, it's like you're an idiot. And
so to lose this fight, it would hurt you?
It would hurt, yeah. It would definitely, it would hurt. I can't even, I fear losing this more than I love the idea of winning it.
Fair enough. And I can see that in your eyes when you say that it's true. Listen, man, it's been a pleasure. That's 12 rounds with Conor Benn.